How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Well, I know you've probably heard some of the ridiculous things that this incoming administration has been talking about doing. Taking Greenland, taking the Panama Canal, taking Canada and making them the 51st state. Well, first of all, Canada is one state. First of all, it makes no sense. You would want, what do they have, 10 provinces up there? I'm not 100% sure on that, but should be at least 10 states. And I don't see the Canadians allowing that. I actually just saw on social media, Trump has been talking about, the tariffs that he's going to put on everything from everywhere. And, of course, talking about taking Canada. The Canadians have responded by basically saying that, fine, we'll just cut off all your energy, your oil, all that, right? I saw a guy actually respond to that on social media. Something to the effect of, that's all right, we'll just go up there and take it. Will we? Is that a smart move? Do we want to pick a fight with all of NATO? Now, would the United States win that fight with Canada? Yeah, sure. Not a fight we want to have, though. And the reason for that is, I served in the Army. I was in Afghanistan. I fought alongside of Canadian soldiers. Canadians have a reputation for being polite, except in two areas. When they play hockey and when their soldiers go to war. Canadian soldiers, they don't mess around. They don't mess around. I saw some of the stuff they did. It was not pretty. They don't take nothing from nobody. So, not a fight that we want to get into. Not to mention, we would also be bringing in, all of NATO. The British are fierce fighters. The French have a reputation for being pansies who back down, but not really. They're really not. The Germans? Do we want to take them on? No. And Finland is in NATO now. Finland has a reputation for being pretty badass. There's a reason, despite being on Russia's border, that Russia didn't try to take Finland. There's a reason for that. They've tried it before and it didn't work out so well. So maybe picking a fight with Canada, not a good idea, right? And if they want to cut off our oil, yeah, that's going to hurt us because they can sell that oil everywhere else in the world. Everywhere else. But if they want to cut it off from us, I'll tell you what. You think energy prices are high now? You just wait. You just wait. Gas prices right now, people think they're high at, I think they're about $3 a gallon where I am. It's been a few days since I bought gas. And actually, I didn't. My wife did. Last time I bought gas, maybe a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks, it was, 3 or a little over where I live here in Iowa. And I know it's higher in other places and lower in some places. But you think $3 a gallon is high? Wait till that doubles or maybe even triples because, this dumbass decided that he's going to pick a fight with Canada. Panama Canal. Yeah, great idea, right? That would be the easiest of the three to accomplish, probably. But even then, what, you think other countries are just going to let us go in there and take it? Yeah, sure they will. Sure they will. That was signed back over to Panama, effective in 1999. It was the Carter administration, actually, that signed it back to Panama, and that deal was to take place in 1999, which it did. Panama controls the canal. It's their country. They should control it. That's simple. I mean, do we have people coming in and telling us what to do with the Mississippi River? No. No. Also, side note, completely unrelated, just to keep you distracted from all the other nonsense and all the and that's all of it. That's all any of this is nonsense to distract you from what the guy said he's going to do that he's not going to do or can't do. Right? It's all a distraction. Much like renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Sure. Greenland. Greenland is a territory of Denmark. The Greenlandic people do not want to join the United States. And granted, there's not a whole lot of people in Greenland. Give you an idea how small Greenland is population-wise. They have a smaller population than Casper, Wyoming. They have a smaller population than Dubuque, Iowa. They have a smaller population than Rapid City, South Dakota. They have a smaller population than, I went through a bunch of these and found them. I don't remember them all. But, yeah. Less than 60,000 people in Greenland. Small population. And you know what? No, we don't have to worry about the Greenlandic people necessarily, but we do have the Danish people that we do have the Danes that we have to deal with, and then, the Danes. Oh yeah, Denmark, part of NATO. So other than Denmark, who might be the first to respond? Probably Canada, because, Greenland is right next to Canada. I've already been over the whole Canada thing. Let's not mention all the other NATO countries. Do we really want a fight with Canada and most of Europe? Could we win it? Sure, probably. Do we want that fight? No, it's going to drag on for years and it's going to cost millions of lives. Certainly hundreds of thousands, but probably millions. That's not something that we want. The incoming administration has not ruled out taking it by force. Now, they said they want to buy Greenland and buy the Panama Canal. Okay, so let me get this straight. We have money to buy the Panama Canal, we have money to buy Greenland, but we don't have money for Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, feeding kids in schools, the SNAP program, making sure that the least among us are taken care of. We don't have money for that, but, we can buy Greenland. Oh, yeah, and we also are able to cut the taxes for those at the very top. Reduce our revenue, but we have, and still have money to do these things while cutting things that they say we don't have money for that actually help people here. But they've actually talked about taking Greenland by force if necessary. No less than the incoming Vice President of the United States has said that we wouldn't need to deploy our military there because they're already there. You know what they could do right now, Greenland and Denmark? They could say, all right, you've got your military here, get out. Get out. They have every right to do that. What are we going to do? Start a war over it? Start a war over that? All because some idiot decides he wants this territory that has never belonged to our country. You know, he thinks that we should have it. And by the way, he brought this up during his first administration as well. But actually, first administration, he suggested trading Puerto Rico for Greenland. Sure, yeah. Oh, let's not forget that little stunt that the little Junior, along with too small of face for his massive head, Charlie Kirk, went to Greenland, bribed some homeless people there to put on the red hats, to pretend that they were MAGA. Now, why would people in Greenland have MAGA hats? Why? Why would they have those? They wouldn't. Yeah, sure. But they all want to be part of the United States, even though, no, they really don't. They really don't. So we don't have money for things in this country that need to be taken care of, but we have money for, Greenland, the Panama Canal, any military force that we might need to take the Panama Canal or Greenland or Canada. And then some people like to say, well, it's just a joke. You don't get the joke. Those aren't things you joke about. Those are not things you joke about. Or he's just trolling. Yeah, because a troll makes a great world leader, doesn't he? We shouldn't want a troll. Trolls belong under the bridge, not in a White House. So, you know what? Keep it up. I mean, they say that, he's going to bring about world peace because they say he did it the first time around, even though he didn't. They say he's going to bring about world peace. Based on what? Threats? Threats will get us into war with NATO, which, by the way, we are not the only nuclear power in NATO, so if you want to use that as a threat, not such a good idea. Not such a good idea. So, anyway, I don't know how anybody can take this guy seriously. Can we take care of our own and not try to, try to reinstate manifest destiny? We already have coast to coast on this continent, and everything between Canada and Mexico, the Pacific, and the Atlantic. We don't need any more than that, do we? Oh, and we also have Alaska and Hawaii, so we actually have more than that. So we don't really need anything more than that, do we? I don't think so. Anyway, I'll see you next time.